Hello, lovely people. Welcome back to the Distinct and Jovial podcast. My name is Dom, and I am joined once again by the man, the myth, the legend that is my co-host, Jerry. How you doing, Jerry?
Greetings. I'm well, Dom. Thank you.
And this time, we are joined by another guest. We have the young James Hooper with us, who runs 92 Plates on Instagram and YouTube. How are you feeling, Mr. Hooper?
And TikTok. Don't forget TikTok.
Are you on TikTok as well?
Oh yeah, I'm cool. I'm good. I'm ready for this. I'm excited.
We've already had a good half an hour of banter.
Yeah,
I think that's the best way to do it. Hooper has already sworn at me twice, and Jerry is going to constantly fake being frozen.
I am indeed.
It is the 19th of August. It is 9:15 in the evening, so we will no doubtedly get tireder and tireder as we always do through these. I love the way that, Jerry, you even held your breath on that one.
I did. I had to. It's all about method acting.
Method acting. You're the next Heath Ledger, are you? This is our 15th episode. And as always, the views that are expressed on this podcast are strictly our own and do not represent the company that we work for or the company that Mr. Hooper works for either.
Correct. Agreed.
We'd like to keep our jobs, I think, is the way.
Although my views do represent, sorry, I just have to say, my views do represent a small proportion, so what particular community actually of sea mammals that live off the coast of Orkney.
Why, Jerry? Why?
They just wanted me to say it.
Oh, really? Okay.
They did.
You're a special case.
I am.
So we're going to start. The podcast is going to follow the same format as normal. So we're going to do the food of the month. And as we've got a guest, we're going to run through all the ones that we've done. James's Instagram 92 Plates is a food-based one. So hopefully he's going to have some very strong opinions. And we're probably going to have a lot of disagreement between Jerry and James.
I believe so.
Then we got some poignant questions. Then we have a new section, which I'm very much looking forward to putting in. So that'll be good and fun. So food of the month, and this is mainly for you, Mr. Hooper. What is your go-to meal deal?
So for me, it's normally like a prawn sandwich, which is really boring, I know, with packet of crisps and normally like a Dr. Pepper. Crisps are normally like McCoy's.
Okay.
The range of crisps aren't normally that good, let's be honest.
Have you got a particular preference of flavour on your McCoy's?
Cheese and onion, definitely.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I always thought McCoy's would be like I was about to say a meaty based one, but that sounds a bit dodge.
Like flame grilled steak.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's cheese. Yeah, I mean, it just you know in noodles. Instant noodles. This is not just like Chinese noodles. You get like the flavoring packets. The meat ones always remind me of that.
Okay,
it puts me off, and I'm like, nah. I've got a lot of moans about crisps. I'll be honest.
Carry on. This is what this podcast is built for.
Have you tried the KFC?
Yes.
Crisps.
Yes.
They just taste like chicken crisps. Let's be honest.
I couldn't agree
Walker's
more.
Chicken.
Yeah. And I've tried the Zinger ones as well.
Chicken.
Well, everything tastes like chicken, doesn't it?
Even beef tastes like chicken.
Even cheese and onion.
Hey, leave cheese and onion out of this.
Ready salted. I think if you really, really push your imagination, it'll taste like chicken. Next time.
Next time I'll give it a go.
Give it a go.
I'll let you know.
I've just got the scene from the first Matrix where they're all sat when he's eating the slop.
Yes.
And it's just like, if it, do you know what? It tastes like tasty wheat. If the machines knew how to synthetically make what tasty wheat tastes like. It's got vitamins, synthetics, and everything that the human body needs. Hasn't got everything the human body needs. That kind of thing is.
Not that you've seen that before. Maybe once or twice, Dom.
Maybe once or twice. It is. The Matrix is one of the most defining movies. Like, it's a point in time where movies like pull together and switch to something else. Like the like cinematics in all movies changed after the Matrix. And as you look exactly like Keanu Reeves, Jerry, I don't know why you're just.
No, cut my hair now.
Oh, it's true. Yeah, you're no longer 2020 John Wick. You're now 1999 Matrix. Neo.
I know kung fu.
Show me.
And
as already we've got massively derailed on how we jump from.
So Dom, all I'm going to say is, do you think that's tea you're drinking? Sorry. I was going to do a fake freeze then as well, but I thought this is getting too much. We are then going way off tangent.
We're going to go into the glitches, and we're going to go into glitches into the Matrix and things like that, into the metaverse, because we can talk about this all day. Okay, go to McDonald's breakfast.
I'm not a big fan of McDonald's breakfasts.
Oh,
the eggs are horrible.
Okay.
Like, I might as well just eat a rubber spatula. It tastes exactly the same. It's just horrible. If I was to go for breakfast, and I have had many a breakfast at McDonald's, reluctantly, it would just be the bacon, a bacon roll.
Bacon roll. Has breakfast at McDonald's been not your choice then?
Yeah.
Has it been your good other half's choice?
Oh no! It's like, it's easy, isn't it? It's there. Like you just think, oh, I'm hungry. I don't want to pay for a hotel because they charge you like 600 quid just for a bit of bacon. So you pop to McDonald's. But yeah, it'll be. But their hash browns are pretty mega. I'll be honest.
I've got a controversial opinion on those, but
go on.
Well, I think potatoes are overrated.
I agree.
Potatoes overrated. So, hash browns, mashed potato, jacket potato, all overrated. Chips, all overrated.
But we're the same because we've talked about this before.
Yes.
Because we're the same because of the texture and that it gives you when you're eating it. If it's gammy and you're just like, it's just off-putting, it makes you gag. Horrible.
Can't mashed potatoes particularly is awful. Overripe bananas, things like that.
Yeah.
Jerry's looking at us in horror.
Yeah, can I just so a couple of things. Can I just ask? I love the way that you were saying, well, I've had McDonald's breakfast, but kind of against my will. So was it sort of like, did you have someone fax something with news, like, letters that they cut out in the newspaper saying, if you ever want to see your whale tail again, make sure you go and eat a McDonald's breakfast?
Well, we'll get something clear. I don't think I've ever had a McDonald's I don't think I've had any food against my will. I'll be honest. I like food too much. Even if I don't like it, I'll take it.
Fair enough. And the other thing is, by the way, I agree with your mash, but I mean, come on, guys. We're talking roasted potatoes. We're talking chips, crisps. It's versatile.
Anything crunchy is great. I love crunchy food. But
agree, yeah.
Boiled potatoes, awful.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Mum. My mum is a very, very good cook. My mum can do.
You have to caveat that.
But my mum cannot do boiled potatoes. I don't know what she does with them, but she somehow manages to make them both like disgustingly hard, and then instead of melt in your mouth like tasty, it just goes gammy and like mashed potato.
Say what you think, Dom.
I don't know.
Don't hold back.
We're talking about.
Should be taking notes.
Yeah, she will. She will.
You're going to be in right trouble.
I got in so much trouble when I was talking about her driving, and then my sister comes along and goes, I listened to that section of your podcast, and then she drove me to the hospital, and that's exactly how she drives. I was like, I'm not lying when I say this, just because I'm calling out my own mother's driving. And yes, mother, you're 60 years old, 61 years old, right? I can't. There will be a day when I will be taking your driving license away from you.
So now your mum's got 3 reasons to kill you. One, you've just revealed her age. You criticised her driving and her cooking.
She can't do potatoes to save her life.
Good luck. It's been nice knowing you.
So about the next episode of this podcast. Moving swiftly on, I'm going to let you two have an argument. Pizza topping.
Right. So, my go-to pizza topping is margarita all the time.
Oh, yeah.
If I haven't had a pizza from somewhere before, I'll go margarita, because if it can't nail a margarita, the rest are going to be shit.
Who is she?
But Jerry,
who's Margaret?
Well, actually, margarita is named after the Queen.
It is
Margarita.
It is.
Back in the 18th century, I think it was.
Oh,
but anyway, we're not here for a history
Made
lesson.
from bits of real margarita.
They
So you know it's good.
I thought it was a meat-free pizza. all the vegetarians are going, no. We've jumped.
I'm a cannibal.
We've jumped from vegetarianism to cannibalism. Excellent.
But yeah, Jerry, we need to have a chat, I think.
That's fine.
I've seen the other podcasts and your wrong opinion about pineapple on pizza.
I don't suppose that who. I don't know if you can. I might be able to show it. He's wearing his pineapple on pizza.
Yeah, I noticed that. Don't think I didn't notice that.
This is a PG podcast. Watch where you're sticking that.
I think it's great. I think it tastes amazing, and it's a great combination. I don't understand people that don't like it.
I mean, I can understand Jerry not like, because Jerry, you just abide having fruit in anything.
Yeah, have some fruit, but don't mix it up in food.
What about, do you have raisins scones?
Oh,
Yeah, yes.
I would challenge, like, if you ever.
Oh, I feel I'm being backed into a corner here.
But I mean, like generally fruit on like savoury things. Like, I can't stand when they put sultanas in curries.
Yeah, same here.
What about coronation chicken? Do you like coronation chicken?
No, I'm not a big fan, actually.
I feel like, look, if you back me any further into a corner, I'm gonna hiss like a cat.
I think I found a loophole with Jerry.
Does not compute.
We got it in the poignant questions, but I'm going to raise it a little bit early. So,
Go on.
my mum emailed. My mum messaged me earlier in the week, and she said that Chicago Pizza have released or are releasing a pizza that is sausage and blueberry. Now, that is such an odd combination that I want to try it just to see if it actually works.
You know it's bad.
Blueberry.
You know it's bad when even James is like, "You what now?"
Yeah, let me just double check. That's what my mum
Oh,
said.
good lord!
Can you imagine how these board meetings go? Like, oh yeah, our intern has come up with a good idea. Let's do a sausage and blueberry. Yeah, sold. Do it.
But sir, he was high at the time. It doesn't matter.
Well, she's got blueberries
That is
stuck up his
exactly
nose.
that's exactly the type of food that I'd imagine would be like. I need pizza, sausages. What else have I got? Fridge. Ooh, blueberries.
Jeez.
That's a drunken meal if I've ever heard of one. Some Chicago Pizza Company have been trialing a new flavor, sausage and blueberry pizza. Yum. And I went, I'll have to share. We've got food related that recorded this Friday. And she went, can't wait for a Jerry rant.
Well, I've been backed into a corner. That Coronation Chicken and scone, they were two curveballs. I wasn't expecting that.
Well, my third one is sweet and sour chicken from the Chinese. Because that's got pineapple in it as well.
Okay, yeah, I don't like the pineapple in it.
You don't like the pineapple? Okay, right.
Are you? I have it and pick the pineapple bits.
Yeah, same here.
No, I'm not. I mean, I'm not a big fan of. I'm going to say something sacrilegious. I'm not a big fan of Chinese takeaway.
You're not?
No, I find for a very different reason, because they give you so much food. So it's like, what do I do with all of it? And you end up eating it to the point where you're like, I'm sick, but I've got to finish it. So you eat all of it. So then you're just uncomfortable for like 6 days afterwards. It's like, it's beyond meat sweats. It's like there's the meat sweats and then there's takeaway sweats, and that's just a whole different ballgame.
Whatever you don't finish, put it in the fridge the next morning, chuck it all into NutriBullet with a bit of oat milk.
And inject it into your veins.
How have I managed to have the two weirdest food people on this podcast? Help me.
I'm looking at a picture of the blueberry and sausage pizza right now. Okay.
Does it have the rest of the ingredients? Because that's all I've got. Is it like a tomato base, or are they using the blueberries as like the base instead of like? Because for me, like a pizza should always be tomato sauce. If you put barbecue sauce on a pizza, you deserve to be, buried 17 feet in the ground. It's just horrendous.
What about a barbecue chicken pizza?
Oh no!
The original Californian pizza is barbecue based with chicken on it.
No, yeah, but that's California. That's Americans for you.
And now they've moved to smoothies and green shit.
Yes. I mean, eat your greens.
No, it's a tomato base.
Okay. Tomatoes
With
and blueberries.
What I can only describe as imitation mozzarella, because it looks weird. And then it's got sausage pieces on it, so like crumbs. So I was expecting like sausage slices for some reason. And full blueberries.
I like blueberries, but I think that might be a step too far.
I'm horrified. I'm looking at the photo of it. That's
now. This is the Daily Mail, and I don't read newspapers. I'll be honest, so I don't trust any, especially the Daily Mail.
No, yeah.
Underneath the image, it says frozen pizza brand Chicago Town has introduced a new sausage and blueberry deep dish pizza, as it predicts a growing trend in fruity toppings. Now, for the company to create it themselves and then predict it themselves,
funny that.
Yeah, I think they're trying to toot their own horn a little bit.
Yeah. Going to put out a press release that our stock market's going to go up 100%. Oh, look, everyone wants to get on board, so our stock market goes 100%. That's almost like almost like manipulating the field, isn't it?
Well, no, all I'm going to say is if they're tooting their own horn, they better not slip a disc.
I mean,
sorry.
Is that a pizza disc?
No, I'm sort of thinking more vertebrae.
Yeah. Oh.
Sorry.
Where has this gone?
I don't know. I might move this swiftly on.
No. We've started on this. The Daily Mail then goes on to say, this daring blueberry is not daring as fucking stupidity. Blueberry flavour hits the UK festival scene. Well, that's why they're all fucking wankers.
Yeah.
So that's why they're eating it.
Oh, yeah, I'll take whatever, mate.
Yeah. Oh, we've only got blueberry and sausage left. Is that all right? Yeah, fine.
The thing is, right? I've not been to many festivals, but I've been to like or festival type things. The food there, it's always like, oh yeah, I need to take out a mortgage just to buy a portion of chips, right? Blueberries aren't cheap.
No, that's true.
How much is a slice of this pizza going to cost?
£7,000.
$1 million.
Well, you know what I say to this? Would you like some? How about no?
Oh dear, we get done for copyright on that film.
Oh, that's true.
Jesus.
You have
Right,
to bleep all
moving
that
on.
out.
I'm gonna have to try this.
Yeah, we have to find and try it.
I'm gonna have to either make
I
it or
expect
whatever.
to see it on your YouTube channel at some point.
Yeah, I've got to find it. Yeah, we got to do this.
Right, your Nando's order.
So my Nando's is butterfly chicken,
Mhm.
mild
Ooh,
or
controversial.
medium, whatever they call it.
Is that the lowest one or the one up from the lowest one?
Well, the lowest one is like lemon and lime, isn't it?
No.
Or
So the
whatever it
lowest
is.
one is mild. Then you've got lemon and herb, and they sometimes have a special edition one, and then it's mild, and then it's medium.
Next one, yeah, medium. Because I'm not big on spice. I can't handle spice. So yeah, I always go medium because I'm too scared to do anything else. And then I'll have peri peri chips and corn on the cob.
Ooh,
as well.
interesting.
Nice.
I can't remember, Jerry. Are you a spice fan or a non-spice
I
fan?
am definitely a spice fan. I'm a bit of a sadomasochist when it comes to spice. So the hotter the better.
Question: have you always been like that, or was that something that you developed?
I've always been like that, as long as I can remember,
Oh,
actually.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wondered if it was something that you developed over time. You know, as you become older, you just kind of go, fuck it.
Well, as I get older, I challenge myself even more and more. It's almost like I'm looking for the next chili rush.
Yeah,
It's got to be stronger. It's got to be
Yeah.
hotter.
I'm pretty convinced that's how my dad is trying to live his life. Is going, well, I can't do anything else anymore, so sod it. I'm just going to see what the hottest chili I can eat is.
Nice.
He's like, I need it hot enough that if I'm not sweating, it's disappointing.
Yeah, it's got to be hot enough for you to almost sort of pass out at some point whilst you're eating, and then just regain consciousness and then carry on eating. Wipe your brow, carry on eating. That's a decent heat.
I don't want to do it, personally, but I want to see you, Jerry, do the California Reaper, like that one chip.
Oh, the one chip challenge.
I can't say chip, American. The one crisp challenge, where it's like,
Yeah, I've seen people do. I've watched enough videos of people do. I don't think I could. I don't think I'm brave enough. I'm not at that level yet.
What's his name from this morning? Did it?
Oh,
We've had him on a battle.
Philip Schofield.
That's it. Philip Schofield. Yes.
And Gordon the
he did
Gopher.
it
He did it as well.
Yeah, mentalists, absolute mentalists. I can't do that.
Can we just go back to the comment of I want to pass out as I'm eating the spice.
Yeah.
All I had in my head was walking past like an Indian, and I look at the window and you're there, face first in a vindaloo.
Yeah, that's it. So you get the tunnel vision. You see a white light, and the people in the restaurant are going, "Don't go towards the white light." And then I just fall face first into the vindaloo, and then come to and wipe my face with the lemon wipe.
Yep. And then you have
Hot
to tell
towel, and carry on.
then you have to tell Chloe to put the toilet paper in the fridge.
Yes.
That's the bit. That's the reason why I don't like the heat. Can't do it. No, thank you. No, thank you at all. Okay, last one for you then, Hooper. Subway.
I love Subway. I'm a big advocate of Subway. For me, it's a BMT on Italian herbs and cheese.
Lovely.
With olives, lettuce, gherkins, and chipotle sauce, or Southwest, whatever they call it now. I can't remember what
they call it. Yeah.
But
Oh, you ruined it with the olives.
Oh, olives are great.
Olives are vile.
Why?
Olives are vile.
What's your beef with olives?
Where's the beef?
In the noodles.
It can be
It
lamb.
tastes like chicken. Is it hot enough? It tastes like chicken.
And now do we talk about Matrix again?
I don't know where we've gone. We've gone full circle. That's what we do on this podcast. We make it up as we freaking go along, and I love it. No, olives are disgusting. I don't know. I have like a real like anti-taste on olives. They're just so bitter. I'm not very good with. I don't like bitter foods. So I don't like Brussels sprouts. I don't like olives. They just. I have the gene that means that anything really bitter like that tastes like arsenic. Like it's genuinely tastes as if someone's poisoning me. There is a collection of people that have a gene. Anything bitter is really extreme. So those sweets, toxic waste.
Yeah.
Some people like it just like eat them and they're just like that's Jerry. I imagine that's you.
Yeah, probably. I've got a packet of sour squirms right in front of me. Love them.
Oh, I can't do sour sweets.
No, because for me, anything sour tastes like just off the scale bitter. It's like arsenic. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. And olives and Brussels sprouts fall into that category.
If you go around your mum's for dinner and your potatoes taste bitter,
she's probably going to poison me after the comments I've just said about cooking.
How's the potato, Tom?
Just avoid
tastes
it
like
again.
arsenic.
Oh dear. Oh, that's just. Yeah, what have I said? So I've disrespected my mother's cooking, my mother's driving. What else have I got left to do? We'll save that for another podcast, I think. Probably
Move on to the rest of your family, I think, now. Tick, done that one. Move on.
The rest of the family, too easy. Too easy. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Oh, dear.
By the end of the year, you're going to move on to like second cousins twice removed. It gets broader. The net gets wider and wider.
My dad is the 7th of 7, and my mum is the 4th of 6. We could be here till next, well, we might have content for the next 6 years. But
there you go.
I'm not sure I want to speak about the rest. It's probably wise I don't speak about the rest of my family. They don't share some of the intelligence genes that we have in at least my immediate family. Oh, what? Yeah. Let's go from there.
Cold-blooded. Right, you're in right trouble now.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's a lonely Christmas for you this year, my friend.
That's all right.
With your bitter potatoes and
the bitter potatoes, my olives, and Brussels. That's what I'm going to get. Right, instead of Christmas dinner, I'm going to get boiled potatoes with olives and Brussels sprouts and no meat.
And a blueberry pizza.
Tastes like chicken. Yeah, then my pudding is going to be blueberry pizza.
Oh God,
no. And I've just realised how horrible blueberry pizza is because I know that you can get cheese at Christmas that has like fruit in it, like apricot and Wensleydale, and that's vile. Ugh.
That's a good shout, actually. I like those cheeses.
So maybe blueberry and cheese works if you've got the right cheese on the pizza.
Yeah, but not with sausage. I think that's the thing that's worrying me. Is the sausage part of this. Like, who thought of that?
Well, until you Googled it, my mother.
How did your mum find out about
that's
this?
true.
That's a very good question. That's a very good question. Yeah, I'll ask
Is she
you.
a Daily Mail reader?
Probably, yeah. Let's not go there.
Oh.
Anyway,
out.
poignant questions. Dom
really is nervous now.
Yeah, let's not go into politics. I have pointed out many times that what I think of the Daily Mail is it needs to be burnt to the ground. So the first poignant question that we have,
or you can put it in the fridge,
is actually this discussion around that. But Jerry, you did reveal in a chat that we had at work that you have had some fruit and some meat that was tasty at a barbecue, I believe.
This is ominous.
I know. I didn't phrase it very well, did I?
Have you had some fruit and some meat recently?
Ever had some fruit and some meat that wasn't your fault?
Fruity lawyers for you. Oh dear.
You may be entitled to compensation.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
There is a reason why our podcast is named Distinct and Jovial. This is almost as good as the Benedict Cumberbatch, mate.
Don't get me started on that. Don't get me started on that. Oh God, what was the question?
You
What
had,
meat
I
and
believe you
fruit
had
have you had recently?
pineapple from a barbecue.
Yes. Okay. So just to clarify, I had them separately.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah. So
Right.
not together. So pineapple rings on a barbecue, which was suggested to me. Yeah, that's lovely. It's a game changer. That you get all of the the syrup. It all caramelizes and it's
Caramelizes.
lovely.
Okay. Yeah, I never thought of that.
But you
Maybe
have that
that's the best.
after. You have all your meat and everything first, and then for dessert. It's like putting like when you wrap banana in foil and do that sort of thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then you fill it with like chocolate spread or Nutella or something like that.
Exactly.
Oh my God. We've got a discussion about Nutella later, which I've got, which we will discuss later, which I think will fascinate you. Now we're getting onto the foods that I like, but I'm not allowed to have. Yeah, I could Pooh Bear Nutella from the jar. Don't worry about the spoon. Just let me dip my hands in it, Pooh Bear in it. It's fine. Cool. Okay.
Are you allowed bananas, Dom?
Yes.
Why do I have something in my head that there's something you can't have?
I can't have caffeine.
Caffeine, right? That's it.
Yeah.
I thought it's bananas for some reason.
I do know someone who's allergic to bananas, but yeah, no. For me, it's caffeine. So I'm not allergic. I'm intolerant. So it basically makes me throw up, which is like some happy fun times. Sarcastic thumbs up. Here we go again. Which is great. Which was great when you discover that when you're an 18-year-old university student going through like your first year exams, and then you're like, why am I throwing up every day? Is it because I'm anxious? Is it because I'm in distress? And it's like, is it because I'm downing like 3 Red Bulls a day to try and stay awake to do this? Yeah. Bad times. Lots of studying. We've all done it. And then I cut out the caffeine. I was like, I'm not being sick anymore. This is quite interesting. So yeah.
Wow.
Super happy fun times. Going back to my family, which seems to be related. My uncle is allergic to caffeine. So yeah, it's clearly my family's genes are great. So, but fine.
I was going to say stonewashed.
Stonewashed? No, I don't have any stonewashed. I have just plain blue ones.
Love a bit of stonewashed.
But we know, out of the two of us, Jerry, we know that you're the fashionable one.
I don't know about that. It's fashionable in the 80s.
I was going to say, perhaps we should get your daughter on, Jerry, and then ask if you're fashionable.
Yeah, exactly. And she'll say the same thing. Yeah, you would have been fashionable in the 80s.
Whereas me and Hoops, when were we fashionable?
T-shirt and shorts, or t-shirt and jeans.
Oh, dear.
We follow Mark Zuckerberg in the fashion style.
I do. So the t-shirt I'm wearing is now about the only t-shirt I own. But it's I've got it in I at least have it in 6 different colours. Rather than just one colour, the same colour. It's like, do I want to be this one or this one? And it's only awkward if I'm wearing, which I am. I'm wearing purple socks, blue jeans, and a bright salmon-coloured t-shirt.
Whoa, dude.
Great. Which looks even better when I wear my bright red gym shoes or my... And when I say bright blue, I mean like... You know the kind of BMW blue that they put on their sports cars?
Yeah.
Like really kind of like that. That's what colour my lifting shoes are. They are a bit garish, but they were cheap. they were 40 quid cheaper than the plain white ones. So that's the way.
Yeah, because nobody wants them.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Do you know you should mug somebody?
I should mug somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll be so confused with all the
Yeah,
colours.
'cause
What colour t-shirt? I've no
Yeah,
fucking
I don't
idea.
know. It was just so many. I was blinded by all these bright colours. Do you remember their face? No, I don't know. I just saw big flashes of orange and blue.
The problem is, though, is actually it's the worst. It would make me more descriptive because they'd be like, right, could you describe him? No, but he was wearing purple socks, blue jeans, and a salmon-coloured t-shirt. Oh, that's pretty descriptive. Oh, look, there's the bloke down there. They could see him for 3/4 of a mile away.
It'll be more like, oh, can you describe him? Yeah, he looked like a pelican crossing.
He looked like a Delight video.
Oh my god. Oh dear. Right. Number 2 on the poignant questions is Sideserf Cakes. You have to describe this to us, Hooper.
I
'Cause
love
you're the one who wrote this
Sideserf.
down.
I love Sideserf. I know.
But this was from a previous
Yeah.
podcast. So I think Jerry should kick this.
No. Go for it.
So you mentioned, I think it was 2 podcasts ago.
Possibly,
yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
And you started talking about Is It Cake? The Netflix series, which it was okay. I got a little bored of it after a while. I got to admit.
It's not binge watchable. Like if you know,
No.
it's like, oh, I need like half an hour just to switch off. That's great.
Yeah.
But if you go and watch like 6 hours of it, yeah, I'm a bit like the end. You're like, is it? It's cake.
Is
All
that a
well,
turd?
Why am I
we've
wasting
established
my
this.
time?
Is
It's
that a
cake.
turd or cake? Oh no, it's a turd. Ah.
But I don't know where I was going with this.
Neither do I.
Yeah, cake.
Battenberg.
Oh God, I love a good Battenberg.
I love Battenberg.
I love Batman.
Marzipan is one of the greatest substances known to man. It's like block for the cake, block for me.
Not anymore, Dom. I've heard that there's been some predictions that blueberries are becoming the next best thing to man.
Best things at sliced bread. Is that what it is? Blueberries. The interesting thing now, I've completely making this up as I go along. So again, that's what we do. I keep getting sent videos where like people, it'd be like a picture of a bike, not a picture, it'd be a bike, and then somebody goes to kind of like with a spade to kind of like jam in the tire, and as it gets to the tire, the video becomes a little bit pixelated and then it like scoops a bit of dirt and it does like a transition into those. Have either of you seen those?
Oh my god! Sounds like you've been smoking something.
Oh, hang on. I've seen one where like looks like it goes into a bottle, and then by the time it gets to the bottom of the bottle, it then goes into an ocean, but merges really nicely.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Like this. So like there's a thing, and as it goes in, so this goes into loop. As it goes into the tire, and then it kind of like transitions. I see a lot of these. There's loads of different ones of these that seem to pop up. That one was from our good friend Laura, by the way. Jerry, that's the one. She sent me that. I don't know why she sent me that. That's unlike.
Was that cake?
A bit random. Well, no, that's the thing. It's like it's now kind of the next thing beyond cake is sort of these transition videos where it's like you look like you're going to destroy an object, and it suddenly transitions into like scooping up dirt or doing something else. And that just seems to be the trend at the moment that seems to be going around on Instagram, which is very similar to the is it cake or is it not?
What would you do if right now I just took a knife and took a giant chunk out of my head and you could see that it's clearly cake?
It's cake.
What would you do?
I'd probably explain it.
It wouldn't surprise me. Yeah.
Yeah, it would explain a lot.
You kind of dug your own hole on that one, didn't you, Jerry?
dug my own cake.
Yeah, there was a little bit of like, hang on a minute, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. Bang! Straight into it.
Okay. They're very talented people making those cakes, though. Like, to get that much intricate detail in there and to be fooled.
Yeah. I'm not. We've both already tried. We're not cooking people.
But I think Sideserf. I mentioned Sideserf because I think she takes it to the next level. It's ridiculous. Like she'll have like 4 avocados, and she'll say, "Which one's cake?" And it literally, like, I haven't got a Scooby.
Because the other one they do as well. They do it with the drawings, where somebody's like drawn, like something so realistic, and then they'll like sweep it away and they'll remove the objects, and the drawing is left there, and it's so realistic with that one. Those are good as well. Those are really good.
Hyper realistic art. That's known as.
Yeah, really, really realistic art. Number 3, food icks. It's another Hooper one.
Yes. So this is a big topic when I talk to any foodie. Like, we all know foods we love, but what are the foods you hate? Like, you just think of them and you're like, no, I'm not even going anywhere near that. And we can't say blueberry and sausage.
No.
I mean, it's not particularly far off there, is it? Let's be totally honest. Brussels sprouts. That's 100 1. There used to be a cartoon with like, you know, always the comically angry character. There's always like in children's cartoons. There's always a character who's comically angry, just angry at everything, right? For comedy effect, and he hates sprouts. And I always remember, I hate sprouts, and that's exactly my opinion. Sprouts. And they taste like arsenic, as I said earlier. They're just
they're bitter.
Horrible.
They are bitter.
I can't stand Brussels sprouts. Not had a good Brussels sprout at all. I don't know what else. I think that's about it, really, for me. It's up to you, Joe.
And potato, obviously.
Yeah, a mashed potato is up there.
Do you like Nutella?
I love Nutella.
You said earlier. See, that gives me the same texture.
No.
As potato.
Well, yeah, no, I see what you mean. Like, if you eat it from a spoon, so the trick to eating Nutella is you don't. If you've got the spoon, hang on, I've got a spoon here.
Just in case anybody doesn't know what a spoon looks like. Don's got one, not ready.
So,
that's a fork.
It's a teaspoon.
It's a spork.
It's a spork.
It's a spork.
So obviously you've scooped like this. You don't if you're eating Nutella, you don't put it this way because it then sticks to the top of your mouth. You flip it.
Shove up your ass.
You flip the spoon this way, and you put it directly on
so
your tongue.
So it goes on your taste buds.
Yeah. So you put eat that way round.
I'm sorry.
Usually,
Tom.
what
I'm sorry. I wish I never invited him.
No, it was good. It was funny. I loved it. I love watching Jerry.
I just jam mine in my ear and up my nostrils. I just keep pushing it in.
Snort the tail.
Yeah, until eventually it hits the back of your throat and you can start tasting it.
No, that's the definition of brown nosing. That is. So you eat with the spoon that way round rather than that way round, and then it doesn't activate the gag reflex.
Do you know there are people that eat pizza like that too?
They put pizza in upside down. Yeah.
Which I find weird. But...
yeah. So when you bite into the pizza, you don't bite into the with the cheese on the top. You flip the pizza upside down and bite it that way.
Yeah, because you're then getting the taste of the actual pizza on your taste bud straight away. Lunatics, I know.
So wait one second. People are that impatient that they can't wait for the 4 milliseconds of chewing. Jesus! Why, damn it! I want it.
Time is money. I can't waste my time with this.
Sell 50 of those shirts. Give me that pizza slice.
I mean, can you imagine? I mean, you can't do it with the blueberry one. You do that, or the blueberries will fall off.
That's true.
Jeez.
a few of my biggest food icks, by the way, is I don't know if you guys have the same, but rosemary.
I'm not fancy enough to put rosemary on things.
Who's she?
It tastes like soap.
No, I know what you mean. No, I know what you mean. Rosemary on that. Yeah.
And I hear that it's one or the other. You're either somebody who tastes soap or somebody who tastes what rosemary should taste like.
No, I can't say
What
I've
should
got
she
that
taste
one.
like?
That's for you and your wife
Chicken.
to talk about.
That's chicken.
Oh no! Oh god! My mum is going to have the same criticism as when we had Adam on. She's going to say it was just three blokes on the thing. At least when Laura was on, we had some intelligent conversation.
Yeah, there's no chance of that happening today.
Sorry, Hoops.
Sorry.
We bought her topic of blueberry and sausage.
Yeah, she
pizza
brought it
in
up.
here.
Not, yeah,
So yeah,
perfectly intelligent.
Listen, don't you get... You're all brave now, Dom. Don't you get all bolshy now. She's going to kill you.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'll get. You're brave when you're not here.
Yeah, exactly.
and we can say what we want.
Oh, my mother has her ways. All mothers do. Oh dear. Right, Jerry, your food X, go.
Baked beans.
Oh yes, I forgot about that one.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I can't eat the stuff. I really can't eat the stuff. I can eat pretty much. I mean, I don't love Brussels sprouts, but I'll eat them. I'll enjoy them. It's fine. Rosemary doesn't taste like soap or rosemary to me. It just tastes like the herb.
That's flavour.
Herb. I'll try. Yeah, I mean, and actually, yeah, the actual food ick for me, where I think about it and it makes me shudder. It's baked beans.
Is it just baked beans or is it any beans?
No, interestingly enough, it's just baked beans.
Oh, so you're happy with like lentils and things like that?
Yeah, I like lentils and I like the kidney beans that you put in
Chili con carne.
Yeah.
Oh, chili con carne with kidney beans.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so good. So
I
good.
can't eat kidney beans.
Not a fan. No,
It's same as potato. It's that texture.
Oh yeah, it's a weird texture. Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. Weird. Cool. Okay. Right. Are we at number 4? Is that number 4? Yeah, number 4. How would you describe X country's food? And I had additional notes for you here, Hooper. That says, I assume you have a list of countries.
No, I wrote this country's food.
Oh, well, UK.
Yeah. 'Cause
Oh.
this is something I've been thinking about recently. And I would like to discuss.
I can't, based on how we're going, I can't envision this is going to be your intelligent foodie conversation. This is kind of your rock bottom two commoners talking about, I don't know. I mean, traditional English food is very stodgy because we like stews, roast dinners, those types of things. That's what I describe the UK food, stodgy. I don't know you, Jerry.
It is. I do think it gets an unfair bad rap.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
like a good roast dinner is one of the best things ever.
So I'm going to say something really controversial. I'm probably going to upset a few people. I don't mean to. But we went to Madeira not that long ago. And every restaurant we went to had exactly the same menu. And actually, it was my daughter that pointed it out because they're like, oh, should we go to this restaurant or that restaurant? And yeah, Rachel just completely lost it and went, it's all the same. And I thought, yeah, you're right. It's just meat and grilled meat and chips. And that was it. Whereas, what I will say in the UK, we've got a hell of a lot of options with regards to food, right? For a start. So you know, if you want Chinese, Indian, we do, you know, Caribbean. We're very good. You don't have to travel very far to find a good variety of restaurants. If you take actual So what you classify as British food, there are some classics. Fish and chips. Fish and chips. I mean,
I did
on.
when I went on holiday. We did do fish and chips on the beach.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's a dirty meal, and it's unhealthy, and it's not actually that good, but it is good. It's a there's like, I always have like this scale of the way I describe things, and movies are the best example, right? So, a great film is something like The Gladiator, or I don't know, Avatar, or something like that. Then you've got really bad films like American Pie, like films that are just genuinely terrible and awful and cringy.
Read the Room.
Elf.
Read the Room.
Elf is another one. It's okay. I deliberately picked those films. Elf is the worst film, one of the worst films known to man. But then you have what I refer to as like good shit films, right? Which is like The Fast and Furious. It's a terrible film if you actually look at it on like from a cinematic experience. But for just 90 minutes of I want to kill time, it's great. It's perfect. And I think there are foods that kind of do that. Like fish and chips is not a great food. It's it's horrible for you. There's always a stodgy bit, and you think, oh yeah, I've forgotten about that bit. There's not enough fish. It's always over battered, but it is a good meal. You just think, oh, on the beach, I've got a wooden spork, and I'm eating fish and chips that's covered in salt and vinegar. I don't care about the world anymore. And normally because you're on holiday, so it's a good feeling, and that's kind of where I refer to that.
Batting the seagulls away.
Yeah.
Until they overpower you.
Seagulls.
Until they overpower you, and then you're in trouble.
Frickin' seagulls, worst animal known to man.
Firstly, American Pie is not a bad film.
American Pie is a terrible film.
It's not. It's a classic. For us growing up, sorry, Jerry, for Dom and I growing up, it's one that I remember in my teenage years.
American Pie uses nothing but cringe comedy throughout the entire of the thing. And cringe comedy is not even a form of comedy. It's the lowest form of comedy because you have to engage in comedy by making fun of something that somebody can't help. Somebody falling over, they could have helped that. That's funny. Anything to do with like comedy, to do with like sex or anything cringy like that, or relationships that genuinely make a person feel horrible inside, terrible. That's why Elf also is a terrible, terrible film, because it's all cringe comedy. You laugh at Will Ferrell. You don't laugh because of what Will Ferrell does. That's an ick. And I will die on a grave on that one.
You lost me at Will Ferrell. So I love Will Ferrell.
He's done some okay films, but yeah, Step Brothers, terrible.
Oh, no. No.
There's some good quotable scenes.
Instagram, and I'm following you right now.
Which one are you unfollowing? You unfollowing my personal or the...
All of them.
Jerry, I'm handing over the Distinct and Jovial Instagram account to you, so James will follow it back.
Elf is the best Christmas film.
Oh, no, it's not.
Home Alone is shit.
Oh,
I agree. I agree. Yeah,
I'm outnumbered.
You're outnumbered. I 100% agree.
Ooh. Home Alone is great. I love Home Alone. It's a good shit film. Home Alone is, because when you look at it, it's terrible cinematic wise. Because why would they leave their child at home? As soon as you realise you left your child at home, you turn around from your holiday and go back as soon as you physically can, right?
I don't know. I don't have kids. I feel like I'll probably carry on going.
Jerry, you're the only one that can answer that, and probably choose wisely because your daughter may listen to this.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't even happen in the first place. So
yeah, exactly, right. And then there's bits that are just like, but Home Alone is all slapstick. It's just it's so unrealistic that you have to laugh. It's not cringy, whereas Elf is just all cringy. So yeah, I disagree. I do see where you're coming from, though, when you say that it's not a good film. So,
I mean, it's about child abuse.
Yeah.
Bottom line, the storyline is child abuse. They left the kid at home. They didn't give two shits. They carried on their holiday, came back, went, "Oh, we didn't know." You fucking did.
Call social services.
I mean, how many kids they had? They had like 7 kids.
Oh, they had loads, didn't they?
Yeah. No wonder they couldn't keep tags on them all. That's why we got air tags now.
Literally. It's going to be...
They can even pop up with their names, so you don't ever forget the names.
They're 11 meters this way. Oh, they must be in the living room.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Right. I think the term that we've come up with is stodgy, unless you've got anything different for this country, Hooper.
So this is what I was thinking about the other day, and I was thinking beige. When I think of British food, pie and chips, fish and chips, chicken nuggets and chips, all of those crappy foods, it's beige.
We're very good at stealing things as well, and then taking the absolute edge out of it.
Yeah, like fish and chips are Portuguese. That's where it originated,
yeah.
And we stole that. But because I was thinking, like, when you think of Mexican food, you think of like tacos and enchiladas and all of those kind of foods, which is vibrant and colourful and guacamole, beautiful greens and stuff. And you think of British food, you're like, yeah, well, unless you put mushy peas with it, if you want that crap. But yeah, it's beige.
Can I challenge you on the Mexican food?
Go on.
So for me, Mexican food is the same dish rearranged differently.
Okay.
Which kind of feeds
Continue.
into that Billy Connolly comedy sketch, when he said calls the waiter over in the Mexican restaurant and he says, "Excuse me, I ordered enchiladas and you've given me fajitas." And I said, "Oh, I'm really sorry, sir," and then just like rearrange stuff on the plate. And he goes, "Thank you very much." By the way, I want to caveat this with I love Mexican food, right? So I don't actually mean any offense by this, but I do find a lot of similarities. I mean, in cuisines as well. So you can, if you bring it up a level, like Indian food is my favorite all time. But then when you bring it up a level, it's like, yeah, actually, it's a base sauce which is pretty much the same. It's onion, it's garlic, it's chili. There's a lot of similarities between all dishes in the same way that there is Mexican. So, like I said, I'm not just picking on Mexican food.
So you're saying that British similarities is that it's all beige?
Well,
I mean, I can't disagree. Like, we like our browns and our beige, to be honest, don't we? Stews, potatoes, pies, things like that.
Roast jumps out though. Roast.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I'd agree with you. I think if you've got things like carrots, peas, runner beans, swede, butternut squash, those types of things, you start getting a little bit of colour.
But
the rest of it is
beige.
Yeah.
Potatoes, beige. Yorkshire puddings, beige.
Yeah, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Spotted dick.
Like brown.
Is it brown? I thought it was lighter than that. Maybe I thought it was the beige, not the brown.
Eton mess.
I know spotted dick is beigey brown.
It's kind of in the middle. It's a terrible name.
Trifle
for a pudding. Oh, trifles are good.
Oh, trifle
right.
is good.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I'm pretty sure that is British too.
yeah, I think it's probably like by exception rather than the rule, if that makes sense. So everything's
like
beige.
accident.
Yeah, everything's beige, and then there are exceptions to it. So, going back to the Mexican food, at least we weren't quite as offensive as James May was when he just said that all Mexican food is refried sick, which I think is wrong.
Okay, that's
because I don't
wrong.
like Mexican food. Yeah, I like Mexican food, but I do get that it's just rearranged in different ways because I still used to buy a packet of mince, and then you buy sour cream, guacamole, salsa,
refried beans,
and then you kind of go, well, do I want hard shells, soft shells? Do I want to bake it? Do I want to fry it? But it's still the same ingredients, regardless of which way you do it. Let's go to the number 5, ultimate 3-course meal.
Yes.
No.
So this is another question that whenever you do like an Ask Me Anything on Instagram or you talk to other foodies, they always say, "What's your 3-course meal?" Or they call it a death row meal. Like, what would you order?
Oh, okay. Right. What would I order if I was about to be put in the chair and electrocuted? As my mother pulls the plug.
Exactly, with the arsenic.
Or shot.
I'm just going to get fire in line with my mother. Right, let me pick up this gun. Bang! Oh, I missed. Bang! Oh, in the arm. Bang! Thanks, Mum. Oh, go on, Jerry. Have you got anything to start?
No, I'm intrigued to hear James' answer. Or your answer.
Yeah,
do
go on.
you want me to kick it off?
Go on, yeah.
Okay,
go on.
so
you're the
give me some
foodie
thinking
here.
time.
So we always talk about 3-course meal. So my starter would always be calamari. Every time. Love calamari.
Yeah.
Specifically the real Greek calamari. Because it just hits different. The main course would obviously be pizza. Let's be honest. And
Margarita?
no, it probably would be a ham and pineapple just to say fuck you to the world on the way out.
And to Joey.
Base.
And then,
Yeah.
I'm going to make a t-shirt just with your name on it, Jay, as well.
Yeah, I'd buy one of those.
And then the dessert would be a tiramisu.
Oh.
Every time. So yeah, that would be...
What base would you have on your pizza?
Tomato.
As in, so deep dish.
Oh, okay.
Stone baked.
See, I actually made pizza today. I made something called a grandma pizza, which is like a Sicilian pizza. Pretty much like it was when back in the day women couldn't afford pizza ovens, so they would use any cheap ingredient they could find and use shallow tins and all of this. And but I find the thick dough too much, so I think it would just be a standard Neapolitan pizza that I would stick to. I don't want a cracker thin pizza because that's too thin. Like,
yeah, I'm not a massive fan of like Pizza Express thin type pizza.
So yeah, Neapolitan style would be my thing.
Okay, go on, Jerry. Have we inspired you?
What, with ham and pineapple pizza?
Or horrified you?
How about no?
No.
I'd have gooseberry and pheasant on mine.
That's more like Jerry's.
Whilst I read the Telegraph, and I've got the Financial Times next to me too.
So, okay. I think, yeah. Do you know what? I think I'm with you on the calamari. In terms of a starter, if I think of all of the different restaurants I've been to, every time I go on holiday or we go to any kind of restaurant, I always gravitate towards it. I go through the whole list and always go, oh yeah, that'll be calamari. But it's such a safe bet, isn't it? Love it.
Good.
Oh, so good. It's just going to be a really random 3-course meal, by the way, because I'm going to just like pick my favorites of everything. So I think for main, it would have to be something like a chicken tikka jalfrezi with like extra chili.
Oh, okay.
And a
out
garlic
in the
rice.
sweats.
Oh yeah, if you're gonna do it.
Naan bread?
Yeah, but go for something like a garlic and chili naan.
Oh,
some
I was
garlic
going to say,
rice.
Dom, you've just made a common mistake there.
Why?
You just said naan bread.
Well,
Naan
is
bread.
Is bread.
So you
in,
just
in,
said
in
bread,
Indian.
bread.
Bread. Yeah. I'm actually aware of that. Yeah.
Well, Asda used to do this thing called potato alus, which always made me laugh because basically you're just saying potatoes because alu is potato. So
Yeah, there's loads of examples like that. I think
egg foo young is another one. Foo young is egg. So you're saying egg.
Egg. There is a mountain. There's a desert that in Arabic is desert. So I can't remember which desert it is. So you're just saying desert as well. And there's also a mountain as well that's like that.
Mountain.
Yeah, I realised. Yeah, I was aware that naan is bread.
Bread.
Are you having bread, Jerry?
Yeah, I'd love a bit of bread.
What naan do you go
And-
for though? That's the thing. What naan are you having?
So, if they do it, a garlic and chili naan, or just a garlic naan.
If they do, you can have whatever you want, Jerry. This is your last meal. Whatever you like.
Garlic and chili naan.
Oh,
Garlic
nice.
and chili naan.
And pudding.
And then pudding. Now this is difficult. This is really difficult because I don't know. Don't make me do this. Yeah.
McFlurry.
See, McFly's good. She can't beat. So I really wind Rachel and Chloe up because in every restaurant that we've been to, I've always ordered chocolate ice cream for dessert. So it doesn't. They can have the best pudding menu, but I always just order chocolate ice cream. But for the last sort of 15 years, I've just done it out of principle. Even if there's something on the menu that I think, God, I'd really like that, I order it just to annoy them because it's worth it. It's so worth seeing their reaction, the fury in their faces as I'm tucking into my ice cream. Are you enjoying that? Are you enjoying that? Yes, I am actually.
Order it from the kids' meal next time.
Yeah.
Kids' ice cream, please.
How many scoops did you like? I love it.
The secret, if there's two things, if you want something else on the menu, just order that. And say, also, can I have a scoop of chocolate ice cream on the side?
Honestly, you've never seen rage like it. It's so worth it. Oh, I don't know. They just. Oh, it is worth it. I think a well-made chocolate mousse, actually. So there's an Italian restaurant near where I live that does a chocolate and orange. They call it a chocolate and orange pot. So it's a homemade chocolate mousse, but flavoured with orange, and it is just to die for.
Okay.
Literally, if you're on death row. Hashtag just saying.
I need to get that in. I need to get that in a title. Hashtag just saying. At some point. I would. So for myself, for starters, I would have something like dough balls that you can dip into like garlic butter. With that have a melted cheese center.
Oh.
Right.
Fair.
So
Nice.
there's my like kind of like pizza, like Italian, like doughy equivalent. I love. So if I'm pizza wise, I love stuffed like pizza. So I love really thick, deep pizza, but I don't want that for me. I'd want that for the starter. I want something really stuffy and cheesy and things like that. And the garlic butter just adds to the top. Main would have to be steak, blue, proper, well done. Well, not well done, blue. Proper steak done blue with triple cooked like chips that are super crispy but super chunky and full of the steak. They've been cooked in like the steak like grease and fat and stuff like that, so they're super tasty.
Thrice fried.
Thrice fried. And then pudding.
Sorry, before whoa. Let's back up a second. So, what sauce? Now, there's an Argentinian sauce which I discovered about 6 months ago and went, "What the actual? This is a game changer." It's got that herb and garlic.
Are you on about chimichurri sauce?
That's it. Oh, so which sauce did you go for? Chimichurri, peppercorn.
So I'm going to express an opinion which will probably offend a lot of people.
Tomato ketchup.
No. I'm the opposite. I find condiments just in general offensive. So I don't like putting tomato ketchup on a bacon sandwich. It ruins a bacon sandwich, or brown sauce. So I tend to have my steak without a sauce, but if I do, it'll be a very small amount of like peppercorn sauce. Very small amount.
Okay.
But garlic butter on your dough balls will just
It's not. That's
discount that as some kind of sauce to have with
that's
something.
No, that's butter. That's not. Yeah. Pudding. Pudding is where I'm really struggling because I have the world's biggest sweet tooth. And I'm trying to decide between like a proper lemon cheesecake or a creme brulee.
Ooh.
I probably would go now. The only problem is like generally with a cheesecake you can get a big fat slice, so you feel comfortable. Like creme brulees always come in like these tiny little pots, and it's really tasty, but it doesn't fill you up. So I probably would go for the creme brulee as long as it was a creme brulee that I could like
a quiche dish.
Yeah, I could bury my face into it.
Skillet.
Yeah, full like Vicar of Dibley. I'm going in. Right, that's the type of thing that I want. It's got to be a decent portion as well. And I probably would have, that with like, I think the creme brulee would probably be the one that I would do. But the tiramisu, by the way, is a great shout as well.
Yeah, tiramisu's lovely. What, like a paella dish? Like a paella dish of
paella dish.
One that's massive, but just full of creme brulee.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah. Properly done with like blowtorch across the top.
Yeah.
As well.
How did you say you would have your steak?
Blue.
So
that's like wipe his ass.
Still
put on the
mooing.
Yeah.
Wow.
If it's still mooing, that's a benefit.
Dom's just in the field, munching on a cow.
Wipe his ass, slap it on the plate. If it's still mooing, even better.
Huh. Blue. I think you're the first person I've ever known to like blue steak.
I love it, and I normally have rare because nobody can do blue properly. But yeah, I like rare and stuff like that. It's great.
This person popped up on my TikTok, and he was eating steak raw. And he just bit into it. He's like, "Oh, fourth day of eating meat raw and waiting to get ill." And he ate it, and then he went to the fat side, and I was just like, "I'm gonna throw up here. This is disgusting."
It's so good. It's so good.
Do you like steak tartare? That's where I would have raw meat is steak tartare. But I only have it in certain places where I trust them, not like
that's why it has to be done properly.
Wouldn't be having steak tartare with Weatherspoons.
In Weatherspoon, I like my stuff cremated.
That's the only way it comes, Dom. It's bloody cremated.
No, microwave. Microwave. Oh dear. Right. The sixth one then. What makes a burger a burger? Why is it not a sandwich?
Right. So this was, right, no joke, 7 a.m. on a Monday morning that I thought about this.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Your poor work colleague.
It was no, I didn't even tell him. We got a foodie group on WhatsApp, so I asked them, and they're like, "It's way too early for this shit." But here we go. So, if I was to take 2 pieces of bread and then put a piece of chicken inside of it, it's a chicken sandwich, right? But if I was to take a bun and put the chicken in the bun, then it's a chicken burger. If I was to take bacon and sausage and put it into 2 pieces of bread, it's a bacon and sausage sandwich. If I put it into a bun, it doesn't become a bacon and sausage burger. It stays the fucking sandwich. What?
No, it doesn't. It's not. It's a bacon and sausage bap.
But it's still a bap is a synonym of a sandwich.
Okay, no, I see. So I can take this one further, but I can take this one further. Everything can be defined as a sandwich, a salad, or a soup.
Pizza,
curry,
salad.
Curry is a salad.
A salad.
Curry is a salad as well.
What?
Off your fucking
what? Roast.
Soup.
Salad.
Soup. Salad?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Yeah. Everything can be defined as a soup, a sandwich, or a salad. So a burger is a sandwich.
Right.
Sorry, are you anything that basically isn't
I've read
between
this-
two slices of bread is considered a salad? Is that what we're
Yeah,
saying?
there is a website for this.
Are you expecting people listening to this to be like, "Oh yeah, I actually agree with this"? Like,
No, I expect people to absolutely slew me. That's why I created this podcast, just to give people an opportunity to absolutely slew me. I love it.
Oh,
Give
love
me
it.
like I am. So I've worked this out, right? I like two things. I am a complete. I love attention, right, in the wrong ways, and I love compliments. I'm a compliment whore, right? So if you want me to perform well and you're my manager, right, and I've done something good, give me a compliment and I will perform better than anybody else. But also I like attention in the wrong way because I love making a fool of myself. I've always been the clown. So this is why I created the podcast. So I've got an opportunity for everyone to just go, Dom, what the fuck are you talking about?
So what's this, if you put salad? So if you put lettuce, tomato,
salad theory.
and I don't know, a cucumber between two slices of bread.
Sandwich.
So it's a salad.
The debate-
That becomes a salad sandwich.
There is a website. It's sandwich space XYZ. It's like everything can be defined as a soup or a soup, salad, or a sandwich. So, generally meals are determined as like salads because a definition of a salad is just having a collection of ingredients thrown together. So even like steak and chips is a salad because it's a collection of two ingredients thrown together. That's what salad is. A pizza actually is probably more on the sandwich scale because it's defined as having a carb and then a filling. And not necessarily, it doesn't have to be carb filling carb. But it's more on that. So, for example, hot dog is very obviously a sandwich. Ravioli is a sandwich because it's carb filling carb on top.
has lockdown been tough for you?
Cereal in the morning is a soup because the predominant thing is a liquid base.
According to Google.
Yeah,
a salad is a cold dish of various mixtures of raw or cooked vegetables.
That's just a minor inconvenience to this.
Oh. Well, let's contact Google. Google, you are inconvenient to us.
What does the Daily Mail think?
I'm not sure I can get on board with this salad soup sandwich.
Yeah, I don't get me a ticket for the salad soup or sandwich train. I'd rather just stay on the platform.
There is a lovely video on it, which defines it.
What's this website called?
I've just googled it. I as soon as I saw your thing, I was like, oh yes, that's exactly what it is. The cube rule of food. So sandwiches have to be. Oh god, subtitles.
I mean, the first thing that comes up when I say everything can be defined as a soup, salad, or sandwich is GitHub.
Yeah, there is a GitHub repository.
What?
Called Salad Theory.
Yeah.
This is a weird subculture.
Oh my god, they've got Twinkies on this video and I don't ever want to see or taste Twinkies ever again after my bloody video. Oh my. Dear. But cake is a sandwich.
Sushi?
Sandwich.
Sandwich? What if it's sashimi?
Well, yeah, so that it might be a salad or it depends on the type of sushi.
Salad.
It might be a salad. It's not a soup, clearly. Ramen is a soup.
Fish and chips.
Clearly. Fish and chips.
Salad.
It's carb.
Collection of ingredients just thrown together.
Yeah.
Shall we move on?
I don't think if I ever went to the gym and got a nutritionist and they said, "Oh, have salad," I'd be like, "Oh, fish and chips."
Yeah.
Brilliant. Dom said.
curry.
I encourage people to look this up. Everything could be categorized as a soup, salad, or sandwich.
Yeah.
So
And
right.
comment below how stupid this is.
Yeah.
It's like a culinary snog, marry, avoid, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. That's a very good way of defining it. But I suspect that most people now on the spectrum of me are under avoid. Dom, avoid done. Right, quick fire. Poignant questions then that I kind of stuck on the end because I can, and I think it was good. So, chocolate milk, yay or nay?
Yay.
Yay.
Would you go for like bottled chocolate milk or milk that you then put in like powder to make it
Straight out of the cow.
Where are you getting your chocolate milk from?
Fun story. It's not about chocolate milk, about milk. I used to milk cows. That was my first ever job. And one of the best things was when you have your coffee, you try the cow to make sure they don't have any mastitis or anything like that, and just squirt the milk straight into the coffee. Like it was beautiful. It was so creamy as well, and it's already warm, so it doesn't cool down your coffee or anything like that. Yeah, it was fantastic. So yeah, there you go.
Wow. Have you ever
Can you
milked?
tell them?
Oh,
sorry, go.
No, I was going to say, have you ever milked an almond?
Yeah, they came in all the time. An olive came in. I was like, no, out. Go back to your salads.
Do almonds have udders? You'd be like that.
You're
Be like
asking us
that.
about coconuts.
That
That just looks like you're playing the world's smallest violin.
is kind of.
Chocolate milk's a yay then.
Chocolate milk. Any milkshakes are yay in general.
Yeah. I'm going to skip one because we've already discussed potatoes. We don't need to go with that. Gherkins in burgers.
Yay.
Definitely.
Ooh, I was surprised. I thought you would be a no, Jerry.
No, oh no. So when I go to, nothing annoys me more, but also pleases me more at the same time. So I feel my blood pressure going up, but at the same time I think, yay! So if you go to McDonald's and everyone goes, stop pissing about with their gherkins, saying, stop messing around with your gherkins, and then I open up my burger and I just literally take it round to everybody and just let them slap their gherkins onto my burger, and then I put the bun back on and enjoy. Job's a good one. I love gherkins.
Sounds like a fun day out.
It's a pinnacle of my life. It's about as good as it gets, James. Right.
But it's not gherkins and burgers. It's gherkins and sandwich, apparently.
Yes, it's a sandwich.
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah.
Bob's.
With your chips, which are a salad.
No, the rule is that the assumption is that's really 2 ingredients.
Chips and salt. Salad.
Salad. Salad.
So wrong.
Lemon flavored desserts.
Subtle lemon, yes. When they chuck half a bottle of lemon essence in there, no, it's too much.
I'm with you on that, James. So lemon cheesecake's got to be very, very subtle. But then if I had a choice between lemon cheesecake and like a New York style cheesecake, I'd go for a New York style cheesecake any day, like a vanilla cheesecake.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
What about you, Dom?
I'm a big fan of lemon flavored desserts. I don't know why.
But like really pungent lemon, though.
Do you like key lime pie?
Yes. Yeah, I like lemon cheesecakes, lemon meringues. I like all of it.
It's like orange and stuff as well. Like, I like subtle orange, but if it's like really pungent orange, it just puts me off.
Yeah, Laura's going to be horrified at this, but Laura hates oranges completely. But like Terry's chocolate orange. Is that too much or too little?
I think that's too much. I think they've tried too much on the orange side.
Ah, okay. What about you, Jerry?
I do like Terry's chocolate orange. If they did Terry's chocolate lemon with the same the same strength of fruit flavor, say that's a definite no.
Yeah, that's a definite no. I
Yeah.
don't think lemon and chocolate go together.
No, I don't think that. Well,
It
well,
can
don't
do,
you? Yeah.
but again, subtle. As long as it's subtle,
Yeah.
so you
Gotta be
still
subtle.
know the chocolate's there. But
Yeah. I'm very much like, you know, because you can get like you can get tiramisu and then you get like limoncello, which is like a lemon based version of it. That's quite nice.
Isn't
So, yeah.
limoncello the drink?
So
probably
limoncello
got
is
that
a
wrong.
drink. Yeah, it is.
It's a
So
drink.
technically,
So what-
it's and I love
It's probably a
limoncello.
limoncello tiramisu.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
expect.
type dessert type
Instead
thing.
of putting rum in it, they probably put
limoncello.
limoncello in.
Yeah.
Whilst we're talking
Interesting.
about flavored chocolates, have you tried the new Cadbury's mystery bars?
No.
Did you know Cadbury have mystery bars?
No.
No.
Okay. So they've only just released them about 2 weeks ago.
hmm
And it's bar number 1, bar number 2, and you've got to try and guess what they are, and you can win like £5,000 worth of prizes or something. I have no idea at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So they're always the same.
they're always the same. It's always the same.
Oh, okay.
The first one tastes like, I don't know, like Haribo Straubs or something along those lines, is what I think.
Right.
The second one tastes like toothpaste.
Oh,
Yeah, minty chocolate is not good.
But it's not just mint. It's
Colgate.
yeah.
Is it proper like
Oh.
Colgate mint? Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, that's horrendous.
It's probably not.
That's outrageous.
But they were my guesses.
Horrendous. It's just outrageous. Outrageous.
So yeah, if you get a chance and you see the bars, go grab them.
Wow, you've really sold it to me.
I want to go and
Yeah,
try this Colgate.
I'm going to
flavoured
part with
chocolate.
my hard-earned cash to go and eat Colgate chocolate.
Oh
Nice.
dear.
Well, they're healthy because they're salads.
Oh yeah, sorry, of course they are.
Win-win.
Can't argue with
I think
that.
chocolate might be a sandwich.
Chocolate can't be a
What?
sandwich.
What?
I don't know.
There's no bread. There's no
yeah.
dough.
How is chocolate a sandwich?
It's got to be a
You might-
soup.
I don't know. I just read
You
it
might
on
as
the
well just
internet
call it
and thought
soup.
it'd be really controversial.
It's a
And it
solidified
was.
soup. You've started something, Dom. You've
I
started
have,
this.
but that's why I said it. That's who I am. Last one then. Milk in first or cereal in first?
Cereal first.
Cereal first.
Do you do the same for tea and coffee?
No.
I don't put
Pour
cereal in
water
my
in.
tea.
As in,
Oh, don't you? God, that's a bit strange.
Cocoa Pops tea.
Lucky Charms.
oh no.
I don't use sugar anymore. I just put ground Lucky Charms in there.
God. Do you pour the water in and then add milk to your tea or coffee, or do you put the milk in and then pour?
I've actually
Water
done a
on
reel
top.
on this.
Oh,
Yeah, because I watched this again, TikTok. It was this American who put the tea bag in and then filled the mug like halfway up with milk, and then put water in it, and then put it in the microwave, and then was like, "That's how British make tea."
What's wrong with these people?
Yeah, exactly.
Good lord.
Good lord.
Um,
Tea bag, hot water,
yeah,
stir, strain, a little bit of milk. And when I say a little bit of milk, it's a dash of milk.
so tea bag, water, stir, milk, stir, strain. Job done.
Yeah.
Yes, agree.
Is that not what I said?
No, you strained and took the tea bag out before you put the milk in.
Oh, no, sorry. Other way around. Yeah, you put the milk in before you take the tea bag out. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out. Yeah. Because you want it like, you don't want your tea beige, you want your tea brown.
Agree.
Yeah. Welcome to a new podcast of Three Men Talk Tea.
I'm going to call out my mum here because my mum likes her tea beige, and my aunt calls it Nat's pea. That's how my mum likes
My
it.
my mum drinks her tea beige as well. It's really weird. She literally
really
just wants. So she wants somebody to take the tea bag and fire it out of a cannon over the hot water, so that you get just a few molecules, just the essence of tea, into the water, and then you pour your milk and add your sugar. Job done.
Oh man. Yeah, no, that's exactly how. Yeah. My aunt calls it Nat's pee.
That's piss, yeah. So I'm swearing a lot on this. I told you.
No,
I warned
it's
you
not
from
been
the
too-
beginning.
It's not been that bad. It's not been that bad. It's not been that bad at all. Don't panic at all. We haven't dropped anything major yet, and nothing I'm going to filter out. And it's not like Jerry's rant. What are we talking about? My mum told you off. She said Jerry's rant was a bit extreme on that one. I can't remember what it was.
Oh yeah, I proper pulled out the F-bombs, didn't I? I
Yeah.
did about 10 in a row or something. Can't remember what it was. Probably something to do with pineapple. Pineapple just brings out just so much anger in me.
No.
Pineapple. No, it wasn't. I think it was Elon Musk. Was it Elon Musk?
Oh yes, it was Elon. Yeah, of course it was Elon. Yeah, it was Elon.
But sorry, can I just say though, coffee, you really should put the milk in first so that you minimise the chance of the coffee getting scorched. You don't really want to pour boiling water into coffee anyway. And then what it does is it reduces the chance of you getting that bitter taste.
Yeah. Are you a coffee connoisseur and you've got like a press and?
No, I don't drink real coffee. I only like instant. It also fills my wife with absolute rage. So if you want her to go completely apoplectic, I'd have instant coffee and chocolate ice cream. And I think she'd just kill me on the spot.
When they take your order and they're like, "What would you like? I'll have a coffee, please. Americano, no instant."
Instant, yeah. And 3 scoops
Anything
of
else?
chocolate ice cream.
And 3 scoops of chocolate ice cream, Mike.
With the coffee stuff though, this is what I don't understand, because when you make what I call proper coffee with ground, you put it in like what are those things called? You put it in cafetiere, yeah. But you pour the water straight onto the coffee, and there's boiling water.
God, yeah, you're right. Well, yeah, it's not so. So I don't think you're supposed to pour boiling. That's the thing.
Oh,
and apparently, and I don't know the reason why, but you're supposed to pour. The water's supposed to be about 80 degrees. And you're supposed to have the water at that temperature before it boils, not after.
So you don't boil it and then cool it.
Yeah,
you only go up to 80 degrees.
You only go up to 80 degrees and then you chuck it in. Or 80 or 85, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, weird. Okay, I don't drink coffee and I can't. So, and decaf coffee is vile. So. And cool. Okay, those were the poignant questions. Onto a new section which we've not done before, which for Jerry and James, all that they can see on the notes is interesting facts, and it just says Dom to read out interesting facts. And I've deliberately made this document hidden from Jerry as well on like our global like notes, because I want to get their pure, just plain reaction to these. So I have 10 facts. These are true. I haven't researched them in massive depth, but what I've been told is it's true. And there are a couple that we've done that.
Did you get them from the Daily Mail?
I did not get them from the Daily Mail.
Telegraph.
So, and also all of these are food related, specifically for you, Hooper, as this seems to be the theme. So there's some interesting ones for you to take away. I think that you'll appreciate. Interesting facts then. So, number 1, vodka is beneficial for skincare. Vodka acts as a natural astringent or toner, and due to its disinfectant properties, can deep clean your pores.
I think I can see that.
Sorry, drinking it or splashing it on your face?
No, putting it on, washing your face with diluted
vodka
is very beneficial for your skin.
I mean,
okay.
It's good for what would they call it?
Getting drunk? Pissed?
Yeah. No, when sanitize stuff.
Yeah.
So I can kind of see.
It's alcohol.
I can kind of see. Yeah, obviously it's fucking alcohol. You don't don't like go, oh, I need to sanitize this. I'll chuck a fucking IPA on it. Do you?
Or hot chocolate.
Irish coffee, yeah, chuck that on it. That'll sanitize it. I'm gonna get told off by your mum for picking on you.
Oh dear. Okay. I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't know what I expected from this section. Just what conversation does this come out? Even if it's just going to be killing Jerry because he can't stop laughing.
That's brilliant. IPA. IPA. So specific. It's so specific. That's what I love about that.
Right, next fact.
Dear.
Let's go.
Let's go. The Great Wall of China is held together with sticky rice.
I knew that.
I did not.
Yeah. Around 500 CE, sticky rice soup was mixed with slaked lime to make an inorganic organic composite mortar that had more strength and water resistant than lime mortar. Sticky rice played a major role in maintaining the durability of the Great Wall, as well as tombs, pagodas, and city walls. Have you not seen the TikToks where they get like a ceramic sink and then they fill it with like instant noodles? And then they like sandpaper it all down and then fill it in and it looks perfectly.
Yeah, but I've always thought they were mental. I'll be honest. Like, oh, life hack. This is how you can fix a door.
Yeah. It's
I'm
one of
going
those
to bury
shitty
my
life hacks.
hammer in this.
Yeah, there's DIY moments.
Yeah. Then I come to put up a shelf and I've got no fucking hammer. It's because it's in the door, you twat.
Oh dear.
Oh god.
But you knew that one, Jerry.
I knew that. Yeah, because I actually used it in one of my I do a weekly email update following one of the meetings, and that
You
fact
still
is
don't
in
forward
there.
them to me.
Oh gosh, sorry. Yeah, I need to go. I need to go
forward
back. I need to send you about three or 4 weeks worth of those.
Oh,
Classic.
The one that got me is oh god, I'm gonna have to go find it now because it just got me. Don't worry, I'm not going to reveal too much. But
Was it the one to
Your whole
do
email
with
address and
sweetener?
everything.
with sweetener?
From Jerry dot at
Jerry has his own folder on my email address. Jerry has his own Oh no, I don't. I didn't file it there. Oh, I don't know where I filed it. What's it called? It's that one, isn't it? Sorry, folks. I'm on my phone.
That's right. It's all right.
My email.
But I knew about the Great Wall of China. Yeah, I read that fact. In fact, I only learnt about that a few weeks ago and thought that's incredible. And apparently, the way that they do the way they've done the mixture, it gets harder over time.
Yes. Yeah.
wow.
The more weathering it gets.
Yeah.
It was the dessert stomach one.
Oh yeah, that's
there's no such thing as a stomach capacity. Doesn't. Yeah. I'll read that one out post podcast so we don't get in trouble.
Okay.
Because
I think I kind of know the gist that you're going off, where people say I got a second stomach for dessert.
yeah, that's it, and that's a fact as well.
That is a fact. Fact number 3: Russia didn't consider beer as an alcohol. Anything that was less than 10% was classed as food stuff or as a soft drink.
Of course, because they couldn't wash their fucking face with it.
Before 2011, beer and any alcohol beverage under 10% was classified as a soft drink. It probably goes without saying that this couldn't go on forever, and Russia introduced legislation to control and limit the sale of beer to combat the issues of underage drinking and health.
Well, there you go.
So your IPA
Yeah,
was probably
food. It's a salad.
It's food.
Oh no, it's a soup.
It's a soup.
What about Tenant Super? I'm going to look up the percentage.
Well, even non-alcoholic beers still have alcohol in them. It's like 0.5% or something.
Yes, it's a really small amount. Yeah, it's a really, really small amount. It's basically advertised as that to. It doesn't make you over the limit. Is what it does. Or you have to drink a lot to be over the limit.
But it's weird that kids can still order it.
Yes, a Tennant Super would be considered a soft drink. Nice.
Is it less than 10%?
Yeah, 7.5.
Oh, nice. Fact number 4, and this one's just for you, Jerry. Beans and other gas-producing foods were once banned by NASA. To reduce methane, as it was flammable, and having astronauts in confined spaces, they ensured that they weren't given gaseous foods that could result in fire or an explosion.
Wow. That's brilliant.
The name of the person that investigated that was a flatulence researcher.
Of course.
And in true typical style, when they sent some astronauts up, when they made it so that they could eat this, what do you think the first thing the 6 blokes tried to do with flatulence?
Light it?
No, in space, with no gravity. They see that they could jet propel themselves.
Fantastic.
I like that.
And interestingly, they discovered that the human body cannot produce enough
thrust.
gas to thrust. Yeah, we need more thrust.
I actually contacted NASA. So
Oh, really?
I do these reels where I just talk about like food facts, like kind of like this. And I wanted to see if I could get an astronaut on a YouTube video. They politely declined, obviously. They're a little bit busy, these astronauts.
Yeah.
But they did send me a 65-page PDF document around the history of space food and how it's evolved over time since the first mission to now. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
But
That's really
I was
cool.
quite surprised that they actually replied. Like,
No,
I didn't
And
expect
sent
that.
you a document.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I did check the link to make sure it wasn't like spam and they weren't going to hack me or something. But
Yeah.
NASA's a pretty. I would have thought it's a pretty reputable company, considering where they're based.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's so cool. Sorry, I'm
As for me, that's amazing because space is cool. There's no other word for it. Like, space is cool. You can't get away from that. I'm not.
Was that someone eating beans? Sorry, I don't know what that was in the background there, but
Oh, in the background, yeah, that was somebody. Sorry, so I live on a main road. That was somebody with a very farty exhaust driving probably way more than the 30-mile-an-hour speed limit that we
probably
had
a
up
normal
here.
exhaust, but they'd had loads of beans.
Yeah. I was about to just saying, yeah, space is cool. My purple socks are space socks, so I have been known to go. I've got rocket ships on my socks.
oh.
Do you know I went to I remember once. So Space Connection. I remember I went to this restaurant. I had lovely 3-course meal on the moon. Food was amazing, but there was no atmosphere.
You Jesus! He's not going to help us, is he? Not
You didn't see him out there either.
Anyway, moving swiftly on.
I do have another fact about space, but it's very crude.
Go.
They're not allowed to masturbate whilst they're in,
No, I could.
because it can float around and can get people pregnant. Yeah.
I would have said that would have been. I would have just been. Would have thought electronics, but
Well, I don't know, but just imagine like your wife goes to space, comes back, and she's pregnant, and you're like, well, bit difficult to deny this one. It wasn't me. You've been gone for a year.
Wow.
okay.
Yeah, there you go. Keep that in the
So-
podcast or not? I don't know.
So
We'll be going in.
so if you go to space, basically no hand to gland combat.
Well, obviously, peeing and stuff you're allowed to do, but not the combative stuff. No.
Oh man! Right, moving on. Fact 5. When you're eating fruit, you're eating plant ovaries. Let's keep it on the same track as
I like the way we just segued neatly into.
Yeah, exactly. When you're eating fruit, you're eating plant ovaries. I have no extension on that fact. That's the only bit of the fact I have.
Because you can reproduce another fruit from that fruit.
Yeah, it's the container for the seeds, which is what the ovaries are.
Does that include tomato?
Yeah.
It does, doesn't it?
It's the ovary of the tomato plant. Fact number 6.
I'm lost for words on that one.
You can hear rhubarb grow.
Oh, I knew this one.
An old method called rhubarb forcing involves putting your rhubarb in a dark shed, tricking it into thinking that it's spring. This will cause the rhubarb to grow unnaturally large at an unnaturally fast pace, so fast that you can hear the rhubarb popping as it grows.
And it goes, ah!
You know what I'd do? I'd dress the rhubarb up in a tight fitting shirt and just watch it tear like the Hulk as it's growing. That's what I would do.
The only problem is Hulk wears purple
Spandex.
Yeah, and isn't the rhubarb plant purplish? So would you have to give it a green spandex?
I was wondering what you're trying to say then. I thought you said, does the Hulk wear rhubarb? Conspiracy theory.
Oh no! Don't get started. Oh dear. Oh dear. Number 7. The Ferrero Corporation actually buys 25% of the entire world's hazelnut production. The Ferrero company owns Nutella and Ferrero Rocher, and because of those, they purchase 25% of the entire world's hazelnut.
That actually does not surprise me.
And you'll notice that I don't say Nutella, I say Nutella, because that is the correct pronunciation for Nutella.
Is it really?
It's not. Yeah. It actually you can get it on things, and it says it's like the pronunciation is Noo Nutella.
Nutella.
Which is weird because it says it's a nut, but
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't say hazelnut.
Yeah, no, but apparently it's Nutella, not hazelnut.
Unless you're Scottish.
Yeah.
I got a hazelnut. Pass me that, wee jar, laddie. Got the hazelnuts.
Get some newts.
Some newts. Like, what's his name? Fat Bastard.
Yeah.
Do you like my belly? Do you think I'm sexy?
I can't do Scottish. I'm not even going to try. Oh my god.
I'm trying to hold that
I'm
in for
so glad
long.
I put these in. I'm so glad I put these in. Number 8. McDonald's nuggets come in 4 shapes. The shapes are a boot, a ball, a bone, and a bell. So
What?
I'm just Googling
Really?
this right now.
What the?
yeah. And they're deliberately those shapes because apparently those are the best shapes for dipping into sauces.
I mean, they just look like a nugget to me. Have you fact-checked these?
No.
Wow,
These are facts.
yeah.
I just literally Googled food facts and I was like, that's the one.
Bull, bell, bone, or boot. Yeah, I'll be damned.
I'm going to have to go buy some nuggets tomorrow.
Yeah, same.
Oh dear.
Wow. Okay.
Fact number 9. Crackers have holes in them for a reason. It's to prevent air bubbles from appearing and ruining the crackers during the baking process.
I did know that because of Inside the Factory with Greg Wallace. He went to Jacob's Cracker Factory.
Battery biscuit base. Sorry, as soon as you said Greg Wallace, that was it. I'm all about that base. Battery biscuit base. Good old sweet Mason. Sorry,
Jerry's
Jerry.
gone.
This is a regular on this podcast.
Oh my god.
Oh, hang on. We do need to pause here a minute though, because I was pretty shocked in one of the podcasts, Jerry, that you have only recently come across Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah.
I was shocked. I thought
What's interesting, Hooper, is I'd been saying it for years, right?
Yeah.
And Steve and Jerry were laughing at it, and they were just, and then it wasn't till Jerry went, I don't actually know what Jenkins is. What?
Yeah.
Well, we have to explain it.
Yeah,
No,
I thought I had to ask the question eventually because I thought I can't go another year of hearing this and not know what it means. Yeah.
A regular phrase of mine is, we're going to have to go full Leroy on this one, aren't we?
Leroy
Jenkins.
Leroy.
But yeah, anyway, thank you. Let's continue.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Please proceed.
Stand down. That's ease.
The last one, and the word is about this big, and I'll spell it out in a minute, but it's arachnobutyrophobia.
Is this fear of holes?
A fear of spiders' backsides.
No. Is
fear of long words.
And it's similar to why I got the teaspoon out earlier. Is the fear of peanut butter getting stuck to the roof of your mouth? ARACHIBUTYROPHOBIA.
Specifically, peanut butter.
Well, I don't know whether it's specifically peanut butter. That's what I had down. It could be the fear of being choked by peanut butter. Specifically, it refers to the fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth.
So not the fear of having a spider with a big juicy backside twerking in your face.
No, because that's arachna. There's no N.
All right.
Yeah, God's sake, Jerry. Get your spellings right.
I don't know how to pronounce it. I was hoping it would tell us pronunciation. How to say it. Is this going to be really loud? Arachibutyrophobia.
Arachibutyrophobia. Makes sense. Yeah, because Google's here saying arachie is for ground, is Greek words, groundnut. Butter is butter. Phobia is fear. So groundnut butter phobia.
So it could be almond butter,
Jerry.
couldn't it?
You've got a fear of peanut butter, haven't you?
No, I love peanut butter.
Oh, no. Who is it that doesn't know? I don't like peanut butter.
I love peanut
butter. Sorry, did you just mistaken Jerry for yourself?
No. I thought it was me and Jerry who...
Is it Jerry? Oh, no, I think it might be me.
Is it your quiz co-host that doesn't like peanut butter and you don't like Marmite? Jerry. I know you definitely don't like Marmite.
No, I love Marmite. No, wait 1 second. So
2 for 2, Dom. Well done.
Yeah. No. But then we were talking about they because you can get Marmite and peanut butter. Yeah, and I said that's wrong because I've tried it. I bought a jar thinking, oh, I love Marmite and I love peanut butter, so I got a jar of the peanut butter Marmite, and it was horrendous. It's absolutely horrific.
Who is it that refers to? Oh, it must be my coach that refers to peanut butter as Satan's skid mark.
What? It's a bit harsh.
Yeah, maybe it was a summer camp thing then. Yeah, it must be a summer camp thing.
Yeah, I love peanut butter.
Marmite and peanut butter are absolutely vile.
Satan's skid mark.
Damn me nuts.
Where is he eating his Marmite to? That is the wrong place.
Oh, dear.
Well, I don't know. It's like you said earlier about putting Nutella.
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 Up your ass. Put Nutella up your ass.
Well, this interesting facts section has not quite gone the way I thought it would have gone.
I've enjoyed it.
But it was very interesting. Right, we're on to the final section of the podcast.
Podcast.
So, we're not going to go into too much detail on previous ones, but previously we've done we did a cooking challenge with Laura. We failed miserably.
Well, at least you did something. I didn't do it. I was a complete failure to launch.
So, as Hooper is a foodie, I thought I'd give him the opportunity to see what he'd come up with, and see if we could pick maybe one to do over the next month. Bearing in mind health issues and other bits and pieces. So, Hooper, do you want to read out the 3 challenges that you've gone with?
Yes. So these are ones that I actually do, by the way. So if you look at my Instagram, you'll see a few that I've done. So the first one is fast food remake. So take your favorite fast food and make a homemade version of it. So I've done ages ago. I did the chicken Big Mac when that came out. I did my own version in the air fryer. I've just done halloumi fries. That was the newest one as well. Halloumi's great, isn't it?
Squeaky cheese.
So yeah, take fast food, remake it at home. Challenge number 2 is
on that one. Sorry, before you go on to the next one,
I've done that.
Does it count if I get some chicken and then get some Nando's peri peri sauce to cover it?
That's fine. If that's what you want to do.
Although I do want to know what the sauce is that they use in their sunset burger.
I don't know what their sunset burger is.
It's. I mean, it's just.
Do you mean their sandwich?
It's Nando's, so it's a sandwich.
What's a
It is
salad?
a sandwich.
Or a soup. So, I've made homemade KFC. Done my own version of KFC. Yeah, with corn. Yeah, chicken with cornflake, with a seasoned cornflake crumb,
Fair.
deep fried. Yeah, it's amazing.
I use chili heatwave Doritos for mine on the crust.
Oh,
Yes.
yes, yes, like it.
Oh, I know what Jerry's doing this weekend.
Yeah, that'd be a game changer, actually.
It's pretty amazing. I got a video idea for YouTube to get loads of crisps and find out which one is the best to make a coating on chicken for.
And that was the best, was it?
I haven't done it yet.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
it's in the ideas bit at the moment. That's as far as it's got.
Hashtag spoiler.
Hashtag spot. Yeah, there you go. And then
Sorry, this doesn't come out to the 1st of September, so you got some time. You got 11 days, 12 days. Okay, your second challenge.
Make it bougie. So you can either do it when you're dishing up your dinner, or you can try and take, I don't know, what have I done in the past? I've taken frozen meals, so I've taken a frozen lasagna, like a cheap, shitty £1 one, and try and make it look Michelin star.
So just put like nothing on the plate, and then put a splodge of like sauce that's like on the side.
Yeah, exactly. Hold on. Let me get my Instagram up for you.
Oh,
Here's a visual. Anybody listening on Spotify? Nah, tough shit.
92 plates.
There you go. So that was the lasagna.
Love it.
There you go. I did it for a roast dinner as well. But yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at your
fantastic.
Instagram. Like the presentation of everything on your Instagram is really nice.
Thank you very much.
And it's that's why Laura, who set us the previous challenges, I regularly just get pictures of the food that she's created, and it all looks like it's come from a restaurant. And you're just like, I look at mine, and mine looks like a mess. And I get to the point where like it tastes good, but it looks like I've piled it on a plate. Not because I've just piled it on a plate, because I want to just stuff it in the face. So yeah, that one's gonna be that'd be quite an interesting challenge to do to actually make it look good. I've tried it a few times, and
I'm terrible with
Shrek.
presentation and cooking. Yeah, that's my Achilles heel.
Yeah, it is tough. It is tough to do. Like, I got frustrated so many times when I was making the lasagna one because I was like, this just isn't good because it's slop. That's all. The thing is just slop, and you're like, how the hell do I make this look good? But,
God dear.
but yeah.
What do you use? I mean, actually, to be fair, like we should, because you've got, you must have like a white marble surface that you put stuff on, because that's what you've got on a lot of the backgrounds for yours.
It's fake.
Or do you have a green screen?
It's all fake. It's backdrops. So some of the backdrops is this. This is a bathroom tile.
Ah, that's clever.
And then I've got these. There's my Bubba Gump cap.
Oh, Bubba Gump. Love it.
Ah, that's clever.
But they don't have a sheen on them, so you don't get the reflection, which is nice.
Ah.
Now I need to roll it up. But yeah. On some backdrops you get like the sheen on them, so then it reflects back and it looks fake. But these are matte, so pretty good.
Can we compare Bubba Gump hats?
Yeah. What's yours?
Oh wow. Well, I'm feeling out of place now. It's
my favourite hat.
Did you get yours from the States?
Yeah, I got mine from Orlando.
Nice. That's from New York. Yeah.
Nice.
I've still
Love
not
a
been
bit
to
of
the
Bubba
States.
Gump.
It's a good restaurant.
It is.
I was impressed.
It's the first time I've ever had the seafood sweats.
Oh.
Seafood sweats.
Yeah.
Is that feasibly possible?
It is. Because when you're eating your 114th shrimp, your body starts to react.
I can't take shrimp seriously with the quiz. That's an inside joke, folks. Sorry, James.
we host a quiz, and on one of the slides in the quiz every week, or every time we run the quiz, there needs to be a picture of a shrimp on there, just because it makes somebody who takes part in the quiz very happy because he's obsessed with shrimp.
Oh.
Obsessed with shrimp, as in he went through the entire quiz and just gave shrimp as an answer for everything on one of the weeks. Right, and it got to the point where he did get to I think it was the 5th round, and at shrimp was genuinely one of the answers. Ridiculous.
And it's the one thing he didn't get.
Yeah.
Am I going to know this person?
No.
Okay.
No. But it just makes him happy throughout the whole thing. But he's also Greek, so it's in a very jovial, kind of relaxed way. He's like, a shrimp. So yeah, and then Jerry's favourite Muppet is...
Oh, yes. Pepe the Prawn. Pepe the King Prawn. He's a legend. What a legend.
So,
I love Pepe.
Yeah. Okay. We'll leave that.
And your third challenge?
The perfect egg. So, do you both like eggs?
Yes.
Okay, good. Make poached egg using nothing but water and a sauce, obviously, and an egg. You can use an egg. But water and a saucepan.
You saw my
Can we use heat?
You saw my thought.
Can we
That's
use
a tricky
heat?
one. That's a tricky one, yeah.
Okay. But I've made poached eggs before. You swirl the water. As well, I followed Jamie's recipe. You do a bit of a whirlpool and then you chuck your egg in it.
Did you put vinegar in it?
No.
Oh.
Oh, so you might have already done this. So
might-
you might be well ahead on
Yeah,
this.
you might
Yeah, I can't be asked with the whole salt, vinegar, all that. You just boil the
Yeah,
water,
just
chuck
boil
the
the
egg in,
water,
bosh. Job done.
Bish bash
Bish,
bosh.
bash, bosh.
Get it.
So I've already
No
done
time
2
for
of these
flip-flop.
challenges. I've done the Kentucky Fried Chicken. Actually, the home cooked KFC is but I've got to try it with the Doritos. That would be a chili heat wave. That would be
Yeah.
amazing.
Chili heatwave Doritos. You have to send me a pic
so
so we can put it
good.
on the Instagram. Then,
Yeah,
Jerry.
I'll have to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to struggle with these, I think. Yeah, because I mean, like, I wouldn't even know what I want to do from a fast food restaurant to kind of replace it. Because I wouldn't class Wagamama's as a fast food.
Well, it could be like restaurants or whatever you want to remake back at home.
Purely because I had Wagamama's yesterday and I just like, oh, so good.
What did you get?
So good. The grilled duck donburi, chicken gyozas, and a tropical, smoothie. So way for us. Oof, brain fog. Oof.
Nice.
There you go. Make gyozas.
Cool.
Make the gyozas at home.
Ooh, yeah. I've tried those before, but they come up really soggy sometimes if you don't do them correctly. So yeah, maybe I'll look at the gyozas again. That'd be really good.
Because I don't think you need. You don't steam them. You put them in the frying pan, don't you? Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
you steam them and then fry them?
Yeah.
You do steam.
You kind of do both. You do both. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought steam was just like bao buns or dumplings or something.
Yeah. So bao buns. Yeah. So bao buns are just steamed. Gyozas, I think, are both. And then dumplings.
Dumplings are
must be
steamed.
steamed as well. Yeah. Must be.
Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, cool. Okay.
There you go.
Well, we can feedback that on the next podcast. On, I mean, one of the poached egg one sounds like a real challenge to me. I'm not. I have to admit, I'm not usually a fan of poached eggs, but my coach does them really well. I like mine scrambled, which goes against me not liking mashed potatoes.
You like your poached eggs scrambled?
Oh, I like my eggs scrambled.
How'd you like your poached eggs scrambled, please?
That'd be a salad.
Or would it be
Yes,
a
it is
soup?
a salad.
Ooh.
No, poached eggs is a salad. Scrambled eggs is a salad.
Oh, but poached eggs is that a, like inverted soup because the liquid is on the inside?
Deconstructed soup.
I don't know, and I think I've taken this too far. But hopefully, somebody listening to this will be like, "What the?" Or somebody might go, "Actually, no, I agree with you. It can all be defined as a soup, a salad, or a sandwich."
Deconstruct. Imagine if you got served a deconstructed soup. You'd have like water and then a stock cube
And a leek. And a potato.
Waiter, there's no fly in my soup.
I know, here
No,
it is.
that's
It's
still buzzing
deconstructed.
Oh, there's still 2 wings.
Yeah.
It's a walk. That's everything we've got on the notes. Thank you very much for joining us Hooper.
No, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's do the bit that I always love. Give us your final thoughts. We shall start with Hooper. Give us your final thoughts first.
There's too many thoughts. There is too many. Like, my final thoughts is, what the fuck has just happened? There's my final thoughts.
Jerry, round us off with your final thoughts.
I'm not going to wank in space.
Space, nobody can hear you scream.
Or moan.
See, the thing is, if Dom cuts that bit out of the podcast, and at the end it's just, I'm not going to wank in space. People are going to go,
I'm not going
what?
to cut that out. That's not being cut out. That is not being cut out. The conversations that me and Jerry have had while you disappeared a couple of times, I'm not cutting those. Those will probably maybe cut out. Some of those may be cut out, but not much of it because it was amusing. So that's just the way the podcast goes. I'll round it off hopefully with some sensibility on this podcast, folks. Thank you very much, Mr. Hooper, for joining us. He can be found on 92 Plates on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Please do give him a follow. The Instagram is always the most impressive one. And I also look at your artwork for your YouTube channels as the inspiration for our bit of our rebrand going forward. So,
Right.
yeah. I'm doing a bit of a rebrand in the background. So watch out, folks, for some more updates. And Mr. Hooper has given me a lot of inspiration. So yeah, and he's also a cracking friend, and I had the lovely honour of being at his wedding as well, which was good fun. Great.
Do you know
fun.
what was weird about that though? I'll just point this
Yeah.
out. So we had our photos back. You were in none of them.
Oh my, yeah.
It was like you never existed.
Yeah, I have a wonderful talent for avoiding the camera.
I was impressed. I think there's one
Yeah.
where like you just see you in the background, but because of the aperture, you're like really blurred. But yeah, you're in none of them.
Yeah, I did the same for Samwise's as well. I'm in the formal ones, but in the background, I'm not in. Like, I just seem to just don't.
It's a
exist.
talent, Dom.
It's great talent.
Well-
because have you seen my ugly mug? Look at me.
Well, yeah, maybe they were trying not to break the camera.
Well, look, there's no harm in just airbrushing Dom into every photo like that.
No, it's got to be the sarcastic thumbs up. That's it. It's got to be the small sarcastic thumbs up. Thank you very much, folks, for listening. Thank you very much for watching. We hope that you've enjoyed what we've put on. We really enjoy doing this. We have had some feedback about some of our podcasts, which we're going to discuss offline again. And so there may be a few changes and there may be a bit of a rebrand, but those will be coming in a few weeks. So yeah, thank you very much. Stay safe and we'll catch you on the next one.
Take care.